In the previous problems, we have been dealing with the consolidation of soil and the problems on the concepts individually. But now in this video, we'll try to solve problems which have all the concepts in a single problem itself. So again, you can pause this video here and try to give a quick revision for the formulae. I repeat, we'll be needing almost all the formulas now. So the problems will be having the range of formulae from the top till the end. This type of problem is very common in university exams, GATE examinations and the government sector exams. Even the probability of this question in the final exam is very high. The given data, as you can see, the CC value is given as 0.25. The Voids ratio for a stress 10 is 2.02. So we'll call this as the initial stress E0 or EI or E1. So we are choosing E1 here. So it is 2.02 for sigma 1 10 kPa. Next is permeability data, which is 3.4 10 power minus 7 mm per second. So as you can see the question, everything is in meters. So we'll convert this mm into meters. So to multiply 10 power minus 3. Now what we are supposed to find out is, the first one is change in Voids ratio if the stress is increased to 19. So if the sigma 1 is 10 and the sigma 2 is 19, what will be delta E, or basically you have to find E2. In the second question, what they have asked is the settlement in first. That means if it is changed the sigma from 10 to 19, how much it will settle if the soil is 5 meter thick. So I'll repeat, from 10 to 19, so 9 is the extra stress and you have to find the settlement for that. The last one, they have to are supposed to find out the time when the degree is 40%. So U is 40 and the drainage is single, so D equals to H. Now we'll first write down the bunch of formulae required for this. So starting from the beginning, we'll start with the given data. So CC, so we have a formula for CC. So next we would like to find the delta H, so we have a formula for delta H. The last one is with time, so we have a formula for time. So these are the three important formulas which we require. Now to find out the parameters inside this formula, we require more formulae. So if you see the last formula, so we would like the formula for PV. So when the U is less than 60, which is in our case is 40, the formula is pi by 4 U by 100 square. So if it was more than 60, we have a different formula. Now again you go back to the third formula. In that we want CV. So for that CV, the formula is K by gamma WMV. So K is known, so here we want formula for MV. So it is AV upon 1 plus E0 or E initial E1. Again AV formula is delta E by delta sigma. So we'll approach this problem one by one. So the first one is formula for CC. So in this, as you can see, so from this formula we can find out the value for delta E. So putting all the known values, we can find out the delta E, which is nothing but 0.07. So as you know, E1 minus E2 is delta E. So from this again we can find out the value for E2. So the E1 was 2.02 and it was reduced to 1.95. Now we'll go to the second problem, which is delta H. So as we know the formula, whatever known values we have, we'll try to put in. So it's almost straightforward problem. So directly if you put all the values, you can get the value for delta H, which is 0.1154 meters. So as we have discussed and as we have seen in all the problems, generally the settlement is presented in a good format, not in decimals or not even in a very large number. So you have to select a unit accordingly, even though 0.1154 is also correct. Now moving on to the last, so we have to find T. So if you look at the formula, the third formula, which was TV equals to CV T by D square. So we will reframe it, T equals to TV D square by CV. Now one by one we have to find the values for the right hand side. So first is we'll go for, let's say, CV. So look at the formulas for CV. So we have three formulas there. We'll start from the reverse. First we'll find the value for AV, which is delta E by delta sigma. So as we have found out the delta E, which is 0.07, and delta sigma is 19 minus 10. So we get the value for AV. Now we'll find the value for MV. So again putting the value for AV and E initial, we'll directly get the value for MV. Now putting this MV in formula for CV, we'll get the value for CV. You should get it around 1.346 10 power minus 8 meters per second. So we have found out the value of CV. Now it's the time to find out the value of TV. So using that formula, pi by 4 u by 100 square, you will get the value of TV as 0.125664. Now putting the value of TV and CV into the time factor of that formula, in this formula, so we'll get the value of T is this big number which comes in seconds. So again putting that in a presentable format or in a small number, we'll convert it into years. This conversion we have discussed in the previous problems. With this we come to the last problem of this video. You can pause it here and just try to read the question. We'll come back to this. Okay, so as you have understood, we have two clays here. Now better we write the given data in a tabular form in such cases. So two clays A and B, so we call them two conditions, case A1, condition 1 and condition 2. So as you can see here, we have changes in Voigt's ratio from E1 to E2 corresponding to sigma 1 and sigma 2 for both the cases. So the values we can see 0.572 to 0.505 E1 and E2 for clay A, from stress sigma 1 120 to sigma 2 180. Same stresses for clay B 120 and 180, but the Voigt's ratio changes from 0.612 to 0.597. The next data given is the sample thickness. So they have not given the value of the thickness, but they have given the ratio. So A is 1.5 times B. So if we call B as H2, so A H1 will be 1.5 times H2. Next data they have given is the degree of consolidation, which is same for both. So U is 50%. The time is given like B takes 3 times more time of A. So we'll call A as T1. So therefore the B will be 3 times T1. Next we have CV1, CV2, as this both the clays are different, so we'll have different values for CV1 and CV2. More or less it is not given here. And when the time is into the question, so we have TV1 and TV2. So what they've asked is the ratio of K1 and to K2. Now I will write down the bunch of formulae. So basically K1 is there in the formula of CV. So go back to the list of formula, you can find K in the formula of CV. So reframing the formula in for K, so we have K equals to CV gamma W MV. So for the ratio we'll get K1 by K2 equals to CV1 gamma W mv1 upon CV2 gamma W mv2. Now we can see that gamma W, we can cancel it out from numerator and denominator. As you know, it's both are different soil, so CV1 CV2 is different and mv1 mv2 is different. Now we have to calculate CV1 and mv1. These are the two unknown values. So for mv1, it's a straightforward formula, which is AV upon 1 plus E initial, where E initial is nothing but E1. So AV, we know the formula is delta E by delta sigma. So from these two formulas, you can find out MV for both the clays A and B. Now for CV1, the formula we know is not the first one but the based on time. So TV equals to CV T by D square. So from this formula, we have to find out the value of CV. Now for this, we should know the value of T, so which we can find out using the formula for U. So we'll solve this question using also in the tabular format. So first we'll go for the calculation of MV. So for that we'll calculate delta E, delta sigma. Then using the AV formula, we'll find AV1 and AV2, and then next we'll find out and calculate MV1 and MV2. So these all are straightforward calculations using the given data. So we have MV1 and MV2 to put into the final formula. So what next we want is CV1 and CV2. For that we'll use the time factor formula. So as we know, U is 50% same for both the soils, so we can use TV1 equals to TV2. So putting formula into that, now in this equation we have to put all the unknowns. So CV1 and CV2 are different, so we cannot cancel it out like the previous problems. T1 is not given with the value, but you can just put it as T1, but T2 you can replace it by 3 times T1. Now the question is of D. Now the H is not given here, and also there is no mention of drainage, whether it is single or double. So you can assume any drainage condition, assume it's single. In that case it is D1 equals to H1, or also you can assume it double, so then in that case D1 equals to H1 by 2. Both the cases are okay. So for simplicity we'll assume it as single. So the D1 value is nothing but the H1. So D1 you can replace by H1, which is nothing but 1.5 times H2, and D2 directly replace it as H2. So this is how the equation will look like. So CV2 is CV2 and T2 is 3 times TV1, and we have replaced D1 by 1.5 times D2. So these are the two replacements. So now if you see, T1 will get cancelled from both the sides, and even D2. So only thing which will remain will be CV1 and CV2. So the final relation we will get is CV1 equals to 6.5 times CV2. So now we'll put the values of MV1 and MV2 and CV1 and CV2 in the equation of K1 by K2. So this is what we want. So putting all the values which we have calculated so far, you will get this equation. Now you can see the CV2 we can cancel from numerator and denominator, as well as gamma W. So ultimately you will get a number which is 30.92. With this we finish our video.